Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. I, Sulpi Jaggi, welcome you all to your science class. So, today we are going to start a new topic of chapter 1 plant reproduction. But before starting, let's quick revise what we have done in our previous class. So, in our last class, we discussed about the germination of a seed. Okay, and how the process of germination takes place in plants. What are the different conditions required for the germination? And then we discussed about dispersal of seed. Okay, what is dispersal? What do you mean by dispersal of seeds? The scattering of seeds away from the mother plant is known as dispersal of seeds. And then after we discussed about dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by explosion, dispersal by animals. So that's all we discussed about in our previous class. So in today's class we will discuss about the new plants from roots, stem, leaves, and then we will discuss about the crop. So let's start our today's topic. So plants from roots, stem and leaves. We know that all kinds of plants do not grow from seeds. So in some cases new plants are formed from the roots, stem and leaves. And this is known as vegetative propagation. So let's study about roots that can grow into new plants. So the plants whose roots can grow into new plants are carrot, radish, turnip, beetroot, dahlia, sweet potato. Okay. So in certain plants, a root cutting with a bud can form a new plant when put into the moist soil. Okay. And then stem did grow into new plants. So we know that potato and onion are the stem that can grow into a new plant. Potato is a special kind of stem which grows underground and it has buds called eye on its surface, right? Any piece of potato with an eye can grow into a new plant. So if a potato is cut into pieces and planted in the soil, the cut parts with eyes grows into a new potato plants. Rose, money plant and hibiscus can grow into a new plant with the stem cutting of a mother plants, right? So underground stems of onion, tulip and lily are called bulbs, and they are thick, short underground stem which contain abundant reserve food. So these underground stem bulbs have buds in their body and the new plants grow from these buds just like potato plants. Then vegetative reproduction by leaves. So a complete bryophyllum leaves, a complete plants can be grown from these leaves if they are placed in moist soil. All right. So your next topic is how do non-flowering plants produce new plants? So spore formation is the most common method of reproduction in ferns and mosses. You can see the picture of ferns plant. So these are some non-flowering plants that don't produce seeds. So they use spores to reproduce. And spores are the tiny organisms that usually contain only a single cell. And plants that make spores produce huge numbers of them, and because they are so small and light, they can be dispersed by the wind to new locations where they can grow. Okay, so trees such as cedars, firs and pines do not flower, so they are non-flowering plants. They produce cones with seeds and the seeds give rise to new plants. Alright, okay then. Next topic is crop. So, what do you mean by crops? Plants of the same kind grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale are called a crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in the field are of wheat. So, the product of cultivated plants is called crop produce. Okay, so India is a vast country and the climatic condition like temperature, humidity and rainfall vary from one region to another. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. So despite this diversity, two broad cropping patterns can be identified. These are kharif crops and rabi crops. So there are two types of crops, kharif crops and rabi crops. Okay, so the term kharif What do you mean by Kharif? The term Kharif means autumn in Arabic. So the crops that are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops, and Kharif crops are sown at the beginning of the monsoon season, June or July, and harvested at the end of the monsoon season, September or October. Okay, so Kharif crops depend on monsoon rains for growth. Rice, maize, as you can see the pictures. So these are the examples of Kharif crops: rice, maize, soybean, groundnut, cotton. These all are the examples of Kharif crops. Okay. Next is Rabi crops. So the crops that are sown in the winter season are called Rabi crops. So Rabi crops are sown at the beginning of winter season and harvested in March to April. So Rabi crops do not depend on monsoon rains for growth. And wheat, potato, gram, pea, mustard, barley, these all are the examples of Rabi crops. So as you can see, these all are the examples of Rabi. What do you mean by agriculture? So, in order to feed the entire population, plants are grown on a large scale. And the practice of growing plants on a large scale for food or other purposes is called agriculture. Okay, so agriculture is the science of growing crops. For a good and healthy crop, farmers क्या क्या करते हैं आपके? There are various steps of agriculture. Okay, the first is the field is plowed, then manure is added to the soil, seeds are sown, then the field is irrigated with water, right? Then pesticides are sprayed to protect the crops. After that, the crops are harvested. So let us study about these points one by one. So first is the field is plow or tilled. Okay, so plow is a tool used in farming for the preparation of soil for sowing seeds or plantation. Okay, plowing can be done. Plowing को हम tilling भी बोलते हैं, till. Okay, so plowing can be done with our hands or with the help of a machine like tractor. So plowing is done to turn over the soil, thus bringing fresh nutrients to the surface. So the process of loosening and turning of the soil is called plowing, and this is done by using a plow. Okay. Now, why plowing is important? Because loose soil particles have more air spaces that help the roots of crops to breathe better. Okay, and loose soil mixes with manure and fertilizer more easily. Loose soil helps root to penetrate deep through the layers of the soil. So this helps to fix the plant more firmly. Next step is adding manure to the soil. So your next step is adding manure to the soil. Now what do you mean by manure? So the substances that are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manures or fertilizers. So use of manures or fertilizer is called manuring. So manures क्या है आपका? Compounds, they are the organic compounds rich in nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, and they are obtained by the decomposition of plants and animal waste and residues decomposed by microorganisms. So it provides essential nutrients. The function of adding manure to the soil is that it provides essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Okay, after that, sowing of seeds. Sowing of seeds में क्या होता है आपका? Sowing is the process of planting seeds. Okay, sowing is the process of planting seeds, and sowing is done by scattering the seeds in the plow field. Okay, so after soil preparation, next step is selection and sowing of seeds, and this is the most important stage of agriculture. So while selecting seeds, a lot of precautions are taken. Only clean, healthy and disease-free seeds should be selected. And what else? Seeds should be treated with fungicide. What do you mean by fungicide? It is a chemical that kill disease-causing fungi. Okay, after that, irrigating the field. Now what do you mean by irrigation? You all know that. So supply of water to crops at regular intervals is very important in crop production. Rainfall is one of the main source of water for crops, but rainfall is not always dependable. Therefore crop yield fluctuates. When there is timely monsoon, there is a good harvest. If there is a drought, जब सूखा पड़ जाता है, so farmers harvest little or no crop. So it is therefore essential that farmers should have other ways of supplying water to the crop fields. So what do you mean by irrigation? Watering of crop plants at different intervals through sources other than rain is called irrigation. Next step is spraying pesticides. So spray chemicals which are called pesticides to destroy the plant pests. And what do you mean by pest? Pests are the living organism that cause damage to crops or other animals. Example, insects, fungi, mice. Okay, so pesticides are the substances or mixture of substances used for destroying or repelling any pest. Okay. Then harvesting of crops. Harvesting में क्या होता है? The process of cutting and gathering of crop after its maturation is called harvesting. It usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. In harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. Okay, and crops needs protection from birds, insect, rats, etc. before and after harvesting. नाउ स्टोरेज ऑफ हार्वेस्टेड क्रॉप्स. अब आपकी हार्वेस्टिंग हो गई है तो आप स्टोर कैसे करके रखोगे? सो स्टोरेज इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल टू सेल द एंटायर प्रोड्यूस एज सुन एज द क्रॉप हैज़ बीन हार्वेस्टेड. सो क्रॉप्स हैव टू बी स्टोर्ड इन अ क्लीन प्लेस अंडर प्रॉपर कंडीशंस. Different agriculture crops need different kinds of storage facilities. Fruits and vegetables are usually stored in cold storage and dry grains and pulses are stored in large rooms जिसे हम granaries कहते हैं. Okay, so that's it for today and your chapter is over. Okay, if you face any doubt in any of the topic you can ask me in the class. Bye everyone, have a nice day, stay safe, stay home.